Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Joshua again, the creator of Baller-To-Bogeys. And today I have with me Terrance Griggs, who is a close friend, but also, I guess you will call a convert to the game. So, Terrance, I'm going to let you go ahead and just introduce yourself before we get started with this.
Yep, as Josh said, Terrance Griggs. Not an avid golfer, but a golfer. So here to talk about it. Happy that he's having me on the first block interview. Let's do it.
All right, well, here we go. So, Terrance, when did you start playing golf?
Leisurely, probably about 8 years. As you might know, at Emory, they had the, I guess, 9-hole course on campus that we got to play whenever we wanted to or had the free time to do so. So there, started playing there. That's the first time I actually had took the golf class at uh, at Emory, golf 101.
Oh, you
Like
actually took a golf class.
actually took the golf class, Professor
I didn't even know
Scruggs.
we offered that at Emory.
Yeah, yes, Professor Scruggs. So she just taught you basically how to hold a club, what a golf ball was, how to score, your strokes or whatnot, and how to fill out a scorecard, etc. So not really like golf lessons, really, but we went out there and tried. So from that point on, we had a few teammates that we used to go out there with, and just kind of just swing the club. Really, I really wasn't good at it, so kind of picked up the game there. And then finally graduated, came back down the hill, like I like to say, to Charlotte. Got as I got more into the professional world, played it here and there, maybe twice, two to three times a year. But just within the last year, I actually went out and got lessons and 5 sessions and kind of try to pick it up and try to be competitive at it.
So before you jump into that, what was it that actually what attracted you to the sport? So I know you said that you took the golf lesson and you could have basically called it a day after you finished the class, but what was it that kept you kind of interested in golf itself?
The game itself, I mean, it's relaxing. I find it relaxing. Us playing basketball all our life, all through our youth, all the way up to the collegiate level. The toll on the body doesn't really, you can't play it as much as far as a competitive aspect as you want to or we once did. So I got to the point where I could barely walk up the stairs. My wife would notice, what the heck, he's still trying to play basketball at the Y or run like he used to. So I had to pick up something that was a little easier on the body. But for that reason alone, golf has been it. But I mean, the connection that you can make professionally um, have attracted me to it. The scenic aspect of it, nature. You can travel with it eventually. They play different courses. That's my aspiration. I haven't really got to go too far outside North Carolina, play some or South Carolina, the Carolinas rather, to play some courses. But that's the plan to kind of go and be able to travel with it.
So with your lessons and playing locally, have you been able to officially um, register a handicap, or you just kind of have
Yeah,
your from sport?
so I highly recommend it. I don't know if you have any advertisement deals already, but the Grint app is really good.
Repeat that
I have
again.
a the Grint, Grint. So I use that, and you can. It's almost like a social networking for golf platform. They have many. It's a score system that I use during my rounds, and they actually connect their handicap system to the USGA as part of it's about $20, and I got a 33.1 handicap right now, so nothing to brag about. I'm happy about it. It
Hey,
started at
we
38.
all got to start somewhere.
It started at 38 when I was on there. So, within the year, I've kind of got it down to 33. So the goal is kind of get it down from there, obviously.
So for you and having a high handicap, because I'm pretty sure mine will be up there as well. Do you struggle more like off the tee or on the actual the fairway or putting? Where do you feel like you collect, most of your extra strokes?
Now, I can tell you just from a year span as far as the improvement of the game, as far as when I've gotten lessons to where I'm at now. When I first got lessons, it was just ball contact, right? Just basically consistently hitting the ball. And then as a few months went in, I guess towards the end of last year, I started picking up ball contact consistently, where you don't even think about that part of the game now. It's a little bit more accuracy, uh, loft, uh, aim, where you are you putting the ball where you want to. So I would like to say I'm at the point where I'm finally, getting the ball consistently off the ground rather on my shots. Just the accuracy is way off, obviously. Um, Obviously, the driver is the last club you learn. Everybody says that. So the driver is not consistent at all. But I'm definitely picking up some skill there. It's just I can't put it in the fairway consistently. So that's a difference between two to three strokes for me. Um, that's not my last club. Personally, that's not the last club I want to learn. Putting, I put it on the back burner. Everybody thinks it's boring, but that's where I'm a consistent three putter too. So we're looking at double buggy game every hole throughout the whole round for me.
Hey, you got to start somewhere.
Triple.
Yeah. All right. So with all of that, what are you swinging? What's in the bag? That's a prime question everybody always wants to know. What
Well, I had some.
bag?
Yeah. I'm happy to say, like, finally last year, I guess a few months after getting the lessons and saying that I was going to take the sport or game of golf kind of seriously, I moved from some starter clubs that I had for a few years. Actually, you might have seen even you were down a couple years ago when we played during my bachelor party, but it was a set.
Showed up late. I didn't really get to play.
Didn't really get to play. You were in. You
I
had
to work.
I didn't know. Yeah, you came in. We tried to play the next day or something. This didn't work out. But I had a starter club set that my dad actually got from his work. So obviously, it's not the most expensive pair of club or set of clubs, rather. And finally gave those up, turned those in because they were wearing. And now I have some tailor-made M6 irons. I'd have an M4 driver, and I mix it up with the wedges. I have a Titleist Vokey 54 sand wedge, and then I have a Cleveland 56.
Okay. So
Yeah.
with your new irons, were you fitted for those, or you just was like getting a new set of irons?
Apparently there's different levels of fittings too. So I mean, you got your Dick's fittings, and then you have your actual Golf Tech fitting. I have a Dick's. So going from starter to fitting, I went to Dick's. So it's not Golf Tech. They didn't get my precision. That all together. But right now it was a Dick's fitting. So they basically added like 1.5 inches to my club length, and that was just the most important thing for me right now.
I will actually say Dick's did the same thing for me, and I walked out of there with a set of Callaway Rogues. There wasn't an upright lie, no change in loft.
Exactly.
Talk about like trajectory, none of that. It was almost like, here, let's pull it up on the screen, slap a couple of balls here, put this iron head on,
exactly,
keep it as it is. It was like, hey, you got the longest yardage with that one. That's what you're going with, and that's what my fitting was.
Yeah.
So I actually just had a professional fitting done about 3 weeks ago. I had that done. So they actually, I went out to the range. They had, a flat piece of plastic that was showing where I was striking. So that one the second time, and I have a mixture set that will be coming in. Is going to be the Cleveland Launcher HBs, which are really like the most forgiving irons in the game.
They look great.
All the irons look like hybrids. So literally, if you look at my golf bag, you're like, dude, you got a bag full of hybrids. But so I did that with my 5-iron, my 6-iron, and my 7-iron, and then just because I know I am going to continue to take lessons, I'm going to continue to improve. I'm getting the Cleveland UHX in the 8, 9 pitching wedge and dual wedge. So I got a mix of a Cleveland irons with the TaylorMade M3 driver with the 3-wood and the 5-wood. So
nice. So you miss bag. Yeah, that's the way to go. Miss bag unless you're signed or you got a deal. That's the way to go.
Deal here. Maybe in the future.
Exactly.
Around a little bit.
For sure. Get a bag in.
So for folks in the blog, they don't know, but I sent you a picture of it was a par 3, and it was at Linville falls. It was a 190-yard par three, slightly downhill. Um, what club are you hitting?
So I thought that was pretty straight on. That was pretty dead on because I was getting ready to ask you, hey, is that a downhill part three or uphill part three? That changes the whole
It's a
dynamic.
little bit. It's a
But
little bit downhill. So
yeah,
all of the pictures that are on the blog are pictures that I've taken. So literally, it's almost like what you see is what you get. But
okay,
I took that picture on the tee box, so it looks kind of straight on, but at the same time, I know you can't really tell. It
it's
is
down.
a little bit
Yeah,
downhill.
so you can shorten the club a little bit. Um, I've gotten some length on my wedges a little bit more over the past few months. So I'm thinking I'm taking a pitching wedge on that now that I see it's a little downhill. And it's
190 with the
full
pitching
swing.
wedge.
Full swing. I think I can get 190 on a pitching wedge. I've
Dang.
surprised myself. This happened 3 weeks ago. That type yardage with a pitching wedge. So
Okay. Well, remember to send me the card for whoever your guy is that's giving you lessons because I'm sitting there thinking like, let me go ahead and pull out that 5-wood so I can make sure I sit it right down there on the edge.
that you just want to get it there. You know for sure you're getting there with a light swing, backswing. But yeah, that I trust a 9. Or maybe a 9. I might bring in a 9 too. Depending on the day, man. If it's hot, you got some heat out there, you can bring out the 9, get in the distance. So
Okay. So I know I didn't include this, but I was sitting there just thinking about it. And as a part of the blog, I'm, giving people feedback and rundown on some of the top ranked courses in the state and, eventually maybe long-term dreams talking about, the country. What is the most difficult course that you have played?
most difficult course I have played. There's a course here in Charlotte, or right outside of Charlotte, in Locust, North Carolina, to be technical, called Red Bridge golf course. It's fairly new. It's going to be a development that they're trying to put houses on and a country club eventually. But it is, all dog leg lefts. I would like to say like 5, out of that. And then there's a mixture of par 4, par 5s with those dog leg lefts. So, and it's hilly. So, I
Okay.
mean, I think the last time we played there, I shot a 122 there. So it was pretty tough. I mean, I just lost composure eventually throughout the whole round. So it beat me down. So that's the hardest place I play. It's not like a huge, spread that I have right now, but that's one that I remember that's the hardest. And all courses are still hard for me right now, Josh. I mean, still like this kind of, trying to get, like I said, a good feel of the game.
Hey,
Get to
there's
play
a
more.
reason why bogey is in the title of the blog. So no birdies here. Ain't talking about bars here. Hey, if I get a birdie, hey, drinks on me at the clubhouse. If I get
There you go. There you go. Yeah,
my
that's
game's
what the
coming along.
mulligans, drops and 2 offs, 1 and 10. So, friendly golf, fun golf.
Absolutely. All right, so that is going to be our time for today. Terrance, thank you for being the first of the athletes, the ballers, to talking the balling conversations, and we appreciate it. Everybody, thank you guys for continuing to read the blog, give feedback, and I'll continue to reach out, have guys talk about their experience with it. That way, people can see, besides just Joshua's, they can see other guys that have made the conversion as well. As Terrance, his wife saw him struggling climbing up the steps at the house, and the way carried him up into the golf.
That was my conversion. That's my testimony there. So hey,
I'll tell anybody, going to the gym and playing pickup and, with the competitor I am, like, yo, why didn't you pass the ball? Why are you doing that? It's old to me now. And it's like,
you don't hear that yet, right? It's all solo. It's all JB.
Tired of that. Yeah, why'd you shank that ball? That's your fault, JB. Like, it's all on you. I ain't got nobody. So only that guy that's behind me that sneezes or his phone goes off. That's the only blame that might be able to get passed.
That's the only dude you need to go off of. Right?
I'm like, hey, you played in the gym with a couple thousand people, so you can't just blame a cell phone going off for.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
All right, everybody, that's going to be all for us. And again, until next time, I appreciate everybody tuning in and looking forward to doing another Baller to Bogey blog with you guys.